Hey, how you doing? This is Kawan Mayo, online entrepreneur, six-figure earner, master affiliate, and top affiliate and earner at Royaltie. And it has been a minute. So I am happy to report in. I know I've been gone for a while. You're not used to not seeing me put up a video, within a week's time. But, I was celebrating my birthday last week and, I made it a weekend thing instead of a one-day thing. So bought a new car thanks to Royaltie, Mercedes S550, and I enjoyed time in San Diego with the family. So that was great. Now it's time to get back to business. And in doing so, everyone knows that I'm a stickler for the phrase documentation beats conversation. Okay, everyone knows that. Anybody knows me knows that, right? And they also know that when I get into a confrontational situation, I always say, well, you know what? Time will tell. Let's just wait. So that's why I never block people. People might block me, but I would never block anybody else because I want to wait and see. And then I'll revisit a situation and we'll come back and then we'll be like, remember we was talking about this earlier in the year? Well, now years went by. Let's reevaluate that situation, you know, and in doing so, last year, it was we had the big debate on Royaltie versus Asirvia because it pretty much they're the top dogs in the space and was the top dogs in the space, and it was always a debate: which one's better? Which one's better? Apples and oranges, potato. And I always stated why I said Royaltie was better. And then when we did that, it created this cult-like situation where you had the people that was in Royaltie being loyal to Royaltie, and the people that's loyal to Serbia being loyal to Serbia, and we going back and forth. And I was never really about that. It was always about facts. Let's go with facts. Not your assumptions. And the facts were the facts. The facts was the owners of Asirvia was also in a debunked failed MLM prior to that named Asirvia, something close to Asirvia. It sounded just like Asirvia. It was like Siavi. I don't know. They just stick for picking names that people could barely pronounce, which is also bad business 101. I mean, you want something that's memorable, something that people can pronounce, easy to roll off the tongue and be able to share with others. But hey, I'm not here to tell anybody how to run their business. So these were facts, and I was like, well, if we have a product that you can sell to brick and mortar, why would, we want anything negative to come up and have it be tainted and tied to some MLM and stuff like that, and it's going to hurt your sales because brick and mortar is not going to buy into that. So that was just one of my concerns. This just so and then the smoke and mirror tactics that they use by like showing cruise ships with their top earners and things like that instead of showing what's going on with the product and what's going on with your lawsuit, what's going on with you fighting with the company and that created this white label for you, which was Royaltie at the time, stuff like that. So those were the things that gave me the red flags early on. And we used to get into these debates and so forth and so on. And I assured everyone, I said, look, time will tell. You'll see that the creators that actually created this technology for this space in the manner that we use it will be the top dogs because we are highly imitated and duplicated, but we're the first ones in space, so we've got such a head start that no one can really catch us. All they're doing is playing catch up. They're watching what we're doing and they're trying to emulate to the best they can. But the one edge that we've always had is that we're a tech company. Okay, we're not a beacon company. See, everyone else is beacon company, so they just got beacons, and we got more than that. As you can see, and as I demonstrate in other videos, and as you can see here, we're more than just beacons now. We're mobile Wi-Fi. We can get leads through that now. We have our own app. We acquired one of the biggest companies at the time, Nego. They had over 400,000 users already within their database, and we acquired that company. And then now it's the Royaltie app and Upline Networks. We've acquired. We came out with 1,000 range beacon before Serbia did, when Serbia was saying that they was going to come out with it for months and never did. And then look, we beat them to the punch and we did that. We got the 400 million one like they have as well. So I mean, we have everything that you would need to succeed, and on top of that, our prices are cheaper. We're not trying to rape your pockets. For the same price that you're paying for one of their gyms, you getting a 400-meter gym, but from us, we're not trying to overprice and over hit you with we're trying to run your business. So with that being said, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go full circle now that a year's passed, and I wanted to see where we at now. A year later, Serbia versus Royaltie. All right, so let's go do it. So This is Asirvia. And we go to the Better Business Bureau, okay? And when you go to the Better Business Bureau, they got 7 reviews and they got 30 customer complaints. And then when you look down here, look at the reviews. Negative, 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 negative. I'm not even going to get into reading. It's the only positive review. I find it very beneficial. I know a BB of companies are members that do not. So this is the only one right here that's positive, and it's probably somebody that's either a top affiliate, somebody that's getting paid a lot, or somebody's in the working. Because if it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck, and we're gonna go with the majority rules. We're not gonna go with the one person that's green, and then all the rest look even on page 2 is red. So everybody else is red, but then you get the one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm also a stickler, and companies have growing pains, So I'm such a real person. I say, look, man, could they have growing pains? So I'm not going to fault them for what happened in 2017. Where actually, it's the only positive review too. But in 2018, let's go see how many negative reviews you have currently. So basically, what you have in 2018. So these right here, I'm not even going to count those. Let's just go back to page 1 and let's look at what they have. And when you're looking, this is all current. No, this was February, March, April. It's like consistently, like bad reviews coming in consistently. And then look, let's go with the 30 complaints. March. I won't count these 2017s, even though complaints are still complaints, but I'm not even going to count those. Top of the year. This is recent, July. Right now, as I'm doing this video, it is July 26th. This complaint was July 9th. 2 months after canceling my membership with Asirvia, they charged my account. The customer service hung up the phone when I called to request a refund after months of inactivity, in which I was under the impression that my account was canceled. And without notice, Asirvia charged my account when I inquired about the refund. Asirvia's defense was based on a technicality, inactive versus canceled. This subscription was canceled months ago, or so I thought. And as Sarah, the CSR I spoke with, explained, Asirvia randomly keeps attempting to charge that account until one day the transaction goes through. After questioning Sarah regarding this practice, she elevated her voice and would not allow me to speak. She yelled what she wanted to say, then hung up. She was rude. She disrespected my wife. She heard my wife tell me to ask for her manager, and Sarah proceeded to address my wife through the phone. Completely unacceptable behavior for a CSR. And she had a terrible attitude. This is recent. This was on the 9th. This one's on the 6th. Excuse me, this one was in June. This one was in June. So you see, this is current. This is current. Documentation beats conversation. I don't care what your top affiliate's going to tell you. We don't care what the owners are going to say, the reps. We're going to go by what's in our face. We're not going to say, oh, but you can pay the Better Business Bureau off. Yeah, we know that. But this right here ain't these are people right here. This isn't the Better Business Bureau right now with their bread being buttered right here, okay? These are people right here in your face, okay? All up to date, 2 pages worth of complaints. This is where we're at a year later with this company, okay? Well, let's go see where we're at with Royaltie a year later. See, F, as you see right there with that Asirvia. Now with Royaltie, what do you see? A A rating. A A rating. No complaints, except for, let's go look at the complaints they have from 2017. 2017. And then you have one right here from 2018, and even that one's not. It was what, February, and it's no detail, which means they're not even really disgruntled. They just probably wasn't happy with the service. They wasn't happy with the product. But it's not a situation where like, man, they're charging my credit card when I don't want them to. The product, they never sent it. Like if you go through these, I didn't even go through the negativity that they wrote because it's just, I'll let you do that. You can go do that right now if you want to, and you can go back and look at all these negative complaints, but it's just ridiculous, and some of them are similar. So this isn't lies and it's fake because, again, birds of a feather. If it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it ain't a goose. So this is what I look at and see all the people that had something to say last year, and it was just calling like a hater and all that. No, it wasn't about that. It was about this. You see, I told y'all that this is where we was going to end up a year later. I told you what happens when you get in bed with traditional MLM people that have MLM tactics, and you're worried more about cruises and stuff like that than your product, and making sure that your company lives up to what it stands for. When you're trying to have overpriced products, when you know there's products out there way cheaper and way less and doing the same thing you're doing, the same company that white labeled you. These are the things I paid attention to early on, and I didn't get caught up in a cult-like setting because I was in Asirvia. So again, I'm not talking from just oh, you're a hater. No, I was in Asirvia first. So the same thing I'm doing with Royaltie, the same way I became the top earner in Royaltie, I could have easily became the top earner in Asirvia, and I could have been doing them same numbers and possibly making more by how the comp plan was structured at the time. Because now we have a new comp plan that go down more levels too. So that's even no longer the case. They get paid more. Okay, but it just goes to show, like I said, documentation beats conversation. When you go Google Royaltie complaints, they're all from 2017. Again, this is a fact. Want to see? Think I'm lying? Look, let's go look for ourselves. Go to Google, Royaltie Gym review. Look, you don't see anything up to date. This is what, 2017 or June? Let's see, when was this? This is old, and I think these are blogs, MLM blogs. So this isn't up to date. Yeah, this is old. They got the old first model. So this is all old news. Nothing new as far as, okay, rip off report. Again, July 13th, 2017. But let's go there. Because, I like to keep everything open. I like to be transparent. I don't want to, give you half information from one side and being biased because, I'm in that company. No, let's just keep it real. Let's see what's out there. So, this is from July 2017. Way, way, way back then. Okay? Which I will admit, Royaltie was going through some growing pains around then. Never will say that they wasn't. Here go another one. So that's 2 and 3. 3 reviews, and it all from late 2017. Look at August 2017, July. So what that tell you? This was around the time where they was actually really having their issues and growing pains. Never will not admit that. You know what I mean? And that's when you see Royaltie got their issues. That's what you want to pay attention to. When you see negative reviews on the company, you say, okay, how relevant is it? When was it? Is it a pattern? Are they saying the same things, from multiple different people? And the number one things you see as survey is customer support, being overbilled or being billed after they've canceled, and devices not working. Those are all unacceptable. At least from Royaltie, when a device doesn't work, immediately after they try to troubleshoot, don't work, send you another one. On them, no problems. I had one issue with one of my devices out of all this time I've been in Royaltie, and guess what? They said keep that, and we'll send you another one. Period. Don't argue with me. Don't. The customer's always right. Don't make me feel like I'm dumb, stupid, wrong, and made to be look like a fool and hang up on me. No, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to make the situation right. So that's been my experience, and this is why I picked a tech company versus an MLM company when it came to coming into the space. So this is all 1 year. Again, like I said, documentation beats conversation. I know we're going to get the top earners and reps and all that. They'll try and say, I'm just hating and why I got to bash another company. I'm not bashing anybody. What I said was we're going to revisit this a year later when we was talking last year. This is our year later, and here you go. This is where you're at. You're at an F rating with the Better Business Bureau. Going against the company that created this space and with an A rating. Documentation beats conversation. There is nothing to say. So if you are one of the people that's been trying to figure out, man, what company do I go with? I've done my due diligence. I'm looking at both of the companies. I need to make my decision. This right here should make your decision at this point. This should give you a sound and real clear picture of what direction you need to go in and which direction you should go in. So I'll let you be the you make the choice at this point. If this is for you, you see it, you get the big picture at this point, then go ahead, hit the links below, and let's get you started. Let's get moneylikeaboss.com. If you still got questions, you need answers, call me, 619-306-9453. I'd love to answer any question you may or may not have and get you started today. With that being said, thank you for your time. Have a blessed day.